The Warriors' rumored interest in Al Horford was reportedly confirmed after sources claimed that they have agreed on a handshake deal with the former Celtics veteran to join Golden State. Following this, Stephen Curry, the Warriors superstar, was asked about Al Horford during the 36th Annual American Century Championship, and his response seemed to indicate that the wheels are in motion for the Warriors to acquire the veteran from the free agency market. He's a champion, great player. When all that stuff happens, I'll talk about it. Seems like it is no longer a question of if, but rather when. Curry praised the former NBA champion, but refused to delve deeper into his feelings about him until the deal is officially done. Just moments before answering this question, Curry was asked how long he plans to play in the NBA, i.e., when he plans to retire from the NBA. He seemed unsure of the timeline, but said that he is deciding based on 2-year spans. I don't know, I'm just taking it 2 years at a time. That's what I have left on my contract right now.
Curry is currently on the Warriors' payroll until the end of the 2027 season. Has signed a one-year extension worth $62.6 million and is now expected to stay with the Warriors for at least 2 more seasons. At his stage in his career, Curry's most probable primary factor for consideration in deciding whether to retire is whether he can still compete for a championship with the Warriors. The potentially confirmed signing of Al Horford may have just bolstered their chances. If Horford is officially confirmed soon as a Warrior, he will be replacing Kevin Looney's absence on the roster, but as a smart ball center. The 6'9" veteran averaged 0 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists per game for the Celtics last season and can stretch the floor to create spacing for the Warriors. Horford shot 42 through from the field and 36 through from range last season, but also had back-to-back seasons before the last one where he shot over 40 from range as well. Therefore, his scoring threat also adds a burden on defenses that Looney just called though. Last season, 2024-25, the Warriors were eliminated in the second round against the Timberwolves after losing Curry to an injury in Game 8 of the series. They were arguably in a position to threaten a finals run if Curry was not injured. Since he has arguably been the best player in Warriors history, Curry no longer has anything to prove to anyone but himself. Curry has averaged 24 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds per game for his 4 championships in his career. Do you think Curry still needs to push himself to win another championship? Or should he hang up his boots and embrace father time? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Therefore, Curry may still feel that his roster, with the core of Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler, can compete for a championship. With the likely addition of Horford's veteran experience to his team, the Warriors are once again among the favorites in the West to reach the playoffs at last. This beckons the unanswered question that now plagues Curry's career: when is it the right time for him to hang up his boots? The answer that Warriors fans are likely hoping for is never. But it is important to note that Curry will be 38 years old at the end of his current contract with the Warriors.
The Phoenix Suns' recent front office and coaching staff moves have gained attention across the NBA, and none more so than from Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green. In response to the Suns hiring former Michigan State star Mateen Cleaves as a player development coach, Green reposted the news to his Instagram story with a blunt and direct endorsement. The move represents a continuation of Suns owner Matt Ishbia's strategy to build a culture-driven franchise, especially crucial in the context of the NBA's new collective bargaining agreement, CBA, which has introduced stricter salary cap regulations. These new financial constraints have dramatically reshaped the NBA offseason. Draymond Green expressed his frustration with the state of free agency in a post on Threads. "I'm sitting in my man cave having a conversation with my wife, baffled at the fact that NBA free agency is over. Quite frankly, it never really started. One can only point to the new CBA and the second apron hard cap for absolutely putting an end to free agency as we once knew it." He went on to criticize players' lack of awareness of the new market. "Sadly, I sit here and watch so many players overplay the market and not understand what they are up against with the new rules, which leads me to trying to understand the unstaggering percentage of guys that has no idea of the business they are a part of. Why free agency has shrunk is because nearly 50 potential free agents this summer decided that guaranteed money was too valuable and signed extensions. The change in extension rules in the CBA allow players more earning power. In the midst of this evolving league landscape, the Suns' hiring of Martin Cleaves stands out as a culturally driven decision. Cleaves, the 2000 Final Four most outstanding player and former 14th overall NBA draft pick, has maintained a close relationship with Ishbia since their time together at Michigan State. According to John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports, Cleaves will focus on leadership, motivation, and overall player development. The role mirrors his previous work as a leadership coach for Ishbia's company, United Wholesale Mortgage, where he's been employed since 2019. Former NBA star Dwayne Wade, speaking on the Timeout podcast, praised the hiring of Cleaves. Martin is somebody you want in your locker room. He's a winner. You want a winner, and you want somebody who can get in somebody's face and tell them like it is, not somebody who has to whisper behind their back. The Phoenix Suns also made another important staff addition, hiring Jesse Mermuys, a respected assistant coach with past stints at the Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets, Toronto Raptors, Los Angeles Lakers, Sacramento Kings, and most recently, the Orlando Magic. Mermuys has also led summer league teams for both the Raptors and the Magic. Phoenix has continued to lean into staffers with ties to Michigan State. In May, Brian Gregory, a former MSU assistant coach, was named general manager. In June, former Spartan staffer Jordan Ott was hired as the team's new head coach. Additionally, DeMarre Carroll is set to lead the team's summer league squad. The Golden State Warriors have stayed quiet in free agency so far, but with several rotation spots still up for grabs, that could be about to change, and one experienced forward might be on the way. According to Brett Siegel, the Warriors are showing interest in Trey Lyles, a 10-year veteran who most recently suited up for the Sacramento Kings. The 6'9" stretch big is currently an unrestricted free agent. Lyles averaged 6.5 points and 4.6 rebounds last season on 42% shooting from the field and 34% from deep. Though his numbers don't jump off the page, he's carved out a reputation as a reliable rotational forward who can space the floor and hold his own defensively. He also brings versatility, able to play either forward spot or operate as a small ball 5. Trey Lyles, Malcom Brogdon, Chris Boucher, and Gary Payton II are the secondary names I got for you here, Siegel wrote. Jonathan Kuminga is the first domino to fall, and then the Warriors will know their financial situation to round out their roster. If the Warriors can land Lyles on a team-friendly deal, he'd likely fill the void left by Kevon Looney, who recently signed with the Pelicans. His ability to knock down threes and defend multiple positions could give Golden State a much-needed boost off the bench. Lyles isn't the only name floating around. Malcom Brogdon, the former Wizards guard, has also been linked to Golden State. Jake Fisher reports that the Warriors are among several teams expressing interest in Brogdon, who is open to a sign-and-trade exit from Washington. At 32, Brogdon brings veteran leadership, playoff experience, and strong two-way play. He averaged 12.7 points and 4.1 assists in just 24 games last season, dealing with injuries on a rebuilding Wizards team. The Clippers, Lakers, Suns, Bucks, Kings, Pelicans, and Timberwolves are also among the teams reportedly monitoring Brogdon's status.